Hello, what's up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I have decided to include this in my 31 days of horror movie reviews. And wow, just wow, I try to be optimistic. I try to keep an open mind. I try to think that, hey, maybe this movie won't suck. I'm talking about Jacob's Ladder, the remake. This is a 2019 film. It is a remake of the movie with the same name from 1990. This film is directed by David M. Rosenthal, and that name sounded familiar. I looked him up right before this review and saw that he also directed The Perfect Guy, which was also with Michael Ealy. Yes, Michael Ealy plays Jacob Singer, the main character, who you see that he was in the military, was in the war, and he has a bunch of messed up dreams, hallucinations about said events. And now he's a doctor, he's married, he has a child, and he's trying to figure stuff out in his life. What's exactly going on? Certain things are piling up and not making sense. And then his brother, who he thought was dead, comes back and he's on drugs, and so they're trying to figure that situation out. And Jacob's life is slowly unraveling, and more bad things start to happen. And so this film, I did not like this movie. I didn't. I thought it was bad. Oh so bad. First things first, it doesn't help that I just watched the original Jacob's Ladder. Now, that's not a movie that I grew up on or that I've watched 100 times. I've only seen it the one time for the first time, and I enjoyed it. It was a mind F of a movie, and it did have a lot more layers to it. This film just seems like the lazy, dumbed down version of the same movie. Sure, it's not the same exact movie beat for beat and blow for blow, so I was hoping to give it some credit for that. When I did notice changes, when I did notice certain characters being different or certain situations going different ways, I thought, okay, well, at least they're changing it up some ways. But then it just felt like I'm watching a worse version of the same movie, and that's not good. Michael Ealy, I've seen him in a few movies, and he's fine. He's a fine actor. I wouldn't say he's great. I wouldn't say he's horrible. He's always been an actor who's there. He's good looking, so that's probably why he gets a lot of roles. This film, I thought he might have had moments, but overall, I don't know. I wasn't hugely impressed with him. I was more impressed with the actor who plays his brother, Jesse Williams. He had a lot more interesting things to do, and I thought delivered his moments a lot more intense, a lot more engaging. Also, the wife, played by Nicole B. Harry, she's fine, but she doesn't have that much of a role. Like, she's just there just to kind of be there. Overall, though, this movie, I felt like it took the lazy way out. I felt like it took the easy way out. There's no real substance to what this movie is trying to say. Honestly, it doesn't have this big importance to the story. Things just happen, and you feel like, are they trying to aim more towards horror? In some aspects, yes. You see our main character Jacob having visions of people at the subway or in certain areas, and they have these weird CGI faces, and the CGI looks terrible. That's one thing. It's like, I was taken out so many times whenever a character would run up and be scary, but their eyes were black and their faces looked like horrible gray CGI faces. It wasn't even like you felt like they were characters or makeup or anything. No, it looked like a video game character popping up, trying to attack you, trying to be scary, and I never really found that scary. It tried to take me through twists and turns that, again, maybe because I saw the original, I knew where it was going. It seemed very predictable. It seemed like, well, I think I know where this is going, and it beat for beat hit all those points. I initially, I didn't want to mention this. I was watching the movie and I was thinking, okay, so we have a predominantly black cast. Sure, there's a couple of white actors here, but for the most part, it's a black cast, and that's cool. That's good. some people are going to watch this and they're going to say, oh, this is the BET version of Jacob's Ladder, and that's fine. But I just appreciate that you can have a black cast, black actors, tell a story that, sure, maybe it's already been told, but case in point, it doesn't matter what race these characters are. The same messed up things could happen, or the same events could happen, and that's cool. And then the end of the movie happens, and the credits, and you hear rap music. And that's when I thought, wow, we are doing the most stereotypical, bottom of the barrel. Rap music had nothing to do with this movie, had nothing to do with these characters. Not any of these characters were playing rap or seemed, it was force-fed just because the actors were black. Oh, here's rap music. Oh, here's music that's familiar. Come on, let's just have a movie score play during the credits. So Rick Ross is playing literally during these credits, and it's ultra cringy, ultra annoying, if I'm being honest. They don't spend a lot of time not really revealing what's going on as far as a drug being involved, as far as it causing hallucinations and whatnot. Yes, there are some twists and turns at some point, but as far as the drug goes, the whole reason for why this drug was created, the whole experimental aspect of this remake wasn't as interesting, wasn't as engaging. It just was like, hey, we're going to change it just to change it. And yeah, I don't want to see the same exact movie over again, but when you give me something that's lesser than, when you give me something that's not as interesting, when you give me something that isn't as well acted, then we have a problem. I'm sitting here and I'm bored. I'll be honest, I was bored to tears through a lot of this movie, and the movie's only an hour and a half. It's really not that long when you think about it in time length, but when you're watching it, there's portions of the film where I'm bored and I'm not scared and I'm not nervous for the characters, and I'm not super interested as far as what's gonna happen next. This is a film that definitely did not need to be made. I honestly didn't even know the movie was being made until I saw other people reviewing it. And I said to myself, they really remade Jacob's Ladder? Wow. I guess I should check that out. I didn't see trailers for this. I didn't see promotions for this, advertising. I don't know if this is out there in theaters across the country. I guess not. Who's talking about this movie? Who knows that this movie exists? Overall, I mean, look. Yeah, I'm going to give this movie some old bullshit.
Man, this some old bullshit.
I could have been a lot more pissed. I could have been a lot more angry if the original Jacob's Ladder, if I had spent more time with that film, then I'd be more angry about this. Since I just saw that movie, my anger level, it's more just typical. It's typical that Hollywood would have remade something and done a lazier, shittier job of it, done a movie that's just like, oh yeah, now that's been remade, let's check that off the bucket list of long horror movies, or movies in general, let's be honest, that has been remade at this point. I'm gonna give the film, since it is new-ish, I'll give it some old bullshit. Yeah, that sounds about right. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you too have seen the remake of Jacob's Ladder. What did you think of it? Am I being too harsh? Did you enjoy it? Or do you agree that it absolutely sucks gigantic balls? And let's compare it to the original. What's better? Maybe an original versus remake video will be coming soon. Jacob's Ladder. Look out for that. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!
Souls taken over by a devilish path. You got me walking on broken glass. Kicking down the door with a Jason mask, with a decked out machete, but you motherfuckers know it's heavy. Anytime you're ready, you can get you with a Bowie. Setting up to blow me, but the bitch don't know me. Who's going? I'm going. You know, I know that the man in the mirror is my next rival. Time goes and I never thought I'd live it so fast. Staring at the world from the end of my glass. Turned into a dark place, severed my brain. I done dropped out of class, but I made